Hello everybody, my name is Arindem. I'm a data scientist and a trainer. I believe everybody is fine. So today we'll discuss about data science. What is data science? What's the benefit of it? The utility? What kind of industry exposures you'll be getting as a data scientist? What kind of benefits is there in the job market, in the career aspect? So we'll discuss about all of things today. Today's sessions is just a briefing and kind of a demo about the data science, so you can able to understand, definitions about data science. It's very tough to understand that typical data science exam like definitions is like whenever we're going to implement lots of algorithms, machine learning, and big data and the statistics to get the final outcomes. That is the data scientist. So obviously, like by this particular terms, lots of people will be scared. Like, yes, it's all about science. It's kind of maybe it's kind of a robotics type of jobs. It's nothing like that. Very easily, I can explain what is data science. So it's very starts with the easy way. So first of all, what is data? Data is a totally unstructured raw material. Whenever we're going to receive any kind of data, it's a totally unstructured things. So whenever we're going to the raw material, whenever we're going to got this particular unstructured raw material, and I'm going to transform that particular raw material or the unstructured data to a particular meaningful structured informations. That's my data science is all about. So whenever I'm going to process that entire data with the different methods, okay, with the different technology, with different statistics, okay, with the different kind of visualizations effect, whenever I need to transform that particular raw material to a particular information, that is my data science jobs are all about. Okay, that's a data science process. Okay. So you know that we can get the raw materials, different data from the different sources, the unstructured data. So whenever we're going to, but on that particular raw materials, unstructured data, I'm not able to figure out what it's all about. Correct? So what it's my job? My job is to make that particular unstructured data to a meaningful structured data so that people can able to understand what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to predict. Because the data science people can able to go for a predictive modeling, means they can able to predict. Okay, and they'll be going to work with a high authority in the business management because uh, they are totally depends, because the business is going to depend on data scientists because data science is all about decisions making. So whenever we're going to process that particular unstructured data to a proper informations to get the ultimate decisions from that particular informations, so that we can able to understand what should be done, how we're going to do precautions over there, and how we're going to proceed further. So the company can able to go ahead and take a decisions by the help of a data scientist. Now the data science peoples are obviously, whenever they're going to process that particular data to the particular informations, they're going to implement certain technology, certain programming tools, certain algorithms, the statistics, which is extremely important to get the particular data to the informations. Okay, so that's why as a typical definitions, it's told like whenever we're going to consist of different kind of algorithm, machine learning, big data process to get the ultimate outcome, that is the data science. But it's nothing but whenever we got the unstructured data and we're going to process that particular data to a proper information so that we can able to take a decisions. That is a data science. Okay. So here you can see the particular pictures. Here you can see that all three things is very much important. Like over there, we're going to have coding, statistics, data science, data engineer, traditional research over there. So all those things is going to be included on the particular data science process. How, why you have to include all those things? First of all, as I mentioned, it's about the decisions. So first and foremost, you have to understand your business. You have to understand the customers. Okay, as per the client's requirements, as per the business requirements, you have to work on it. If it's a technical requirements, you have to work on the technical way. If it's non-technical requirements, you have to understand it's a non-technical requirements. How we are going to analyze the particular business, and you are going to get the ultimate decisions. That also you have to understand. Now, obviously, when you talk about that particular translations from the data to the particular informations, we are going to implement certain statistical packages, certain statistical implementations. We're going to have different types of modeling so that we can get the ultimate predictive analysis, because the data science why is so important, because they are going to able to means they are going to be able to see the future. They can able to predict that what is going to be happen. That's why the data science is very much important. Now, what is data science? If you make a like quick overview and able to understand what is data science is all about. Like first of all, like whenever we're going to go for you got the particular data, that's unstructured data. Okay, maybe you are working in a sales domain. Okay, you are working. The clients are asking for analyzing my sales. Okay, and give me the predictions. So first and foremost, what we have to do, we have to go for a data preparations process. What's a data preparations process? Data preparations process means, first of all, when your clients ask you to do a data analysis, okay, you can see this particular pictures that you are discussing with your clients what actually the clients are looking for. So first, what you have to do, you have to ask your clients as many as questions to do a proper analysis. Because sometimes what happens, if you're not able to get all the answers properly, if you do not understand the business properly, what you do not understand the client's perspective, the client's view, the business view, it's very tough to do the proper analysis, okay, and give the ultimate decisions. So you have to very much curious, very much passionate to work on the data, and you have to ask as many questions you want to ask to your clients to get the ultimate data. Okay, so you have to collect the data properly. Okay, means the data acquisitions part. You collect the data properly, and then you go for the data preparations part. Data preparations part means you are preparing your data. Obviously, you are going to get the unstructured raw data. Sometimes what happens, it's not possible for you to understand how to process by this particular unstructured data. So that particular time you have to do a preparations of it, means data cleaning and the transformations. Maybe when you receive the particular unstructured data, you're going to receive, very tough kind of a data sets, like lots of haphazard data, the missing values, non values is there, lots of duplicate values will be getting. So obviously, it's a no use to keep that particular data in your data sets. If you keep it, it's not possible for you to do the proper analysis. So we are going to go for a data cleaning process. Means we are going to transform our data to get the ultimate uh, data structure so that you can able to go ahead and understand how to process it. Okay. After that, what we have to go for? We go for the EDA process. It's called exploratory data analysis process. The exploratory data analysis process, what is this? It's going to define and refine the selections of features variables. Obviously, we are going to have different kind of variables, okay, like continuous variables, categorical variables, different categories, different having the variables, okay. Like the continuous is for the numbers, the numerical variables, categorical variables, like when we're going to go for a categorizations. So you have to understand that whether it's a continuous variable, whether it's a categorical variables, and if it's that, how to process it. Okay, it's called the model development part, which is very important part on data analysis, because this is the part we're going to analyze, and you have to understand how we're going to process it for the predictive model. Okay, and next terms will be coming of the data modeling part. Now, in that particular data modeling part, we are going to have different kind of statistical models. Okay, obviously the data science is all about statistical implementations. Okay, we have to implement lots of statistics, lots of statistical computations, so that we can able to get the ultimate predictions. Previously, what happened? We do not have so much of software technological tools. It's not too technological advanced, so we are not that at the time. So that what the statisticians do mainly, they are going to go for a various kind of a complex and compound kind of statistical mathematical implementation, so that able to predict and view and assume what might will happen. Okay, so but right now we are going to have different technologies, different tools, but here also you have to implement certain statistical implementations so that we can able to go ahead and predict it. So first of all, we are going to understand that what kind of model we are going to choose. In the statistical model, different models is there. When you be in the depth, we're going to discuss more about on it. So you have to understand that which models you have to go for. Then you choose it, you implement that particular models. Okay, after that you got the predictions. Okay, when you got the particular analysis report and the predictions, then what you have to do, again you have to sit with the clients and you have to visualize that particular reports. Okay, which is very important part on the data science fields, the visualizations. Like whatever you have done in that particular entire process, the clients is not bothered about what actually you have done, what kind of development you have done, what kind of model you have done. They are only bothered about the ultimate outcome and ultimate predictions, whatever you have made, and what kind of decisions they are going to take by checking the reports. So visualizations part, through that particular visualizations, you are going to represent your data analysis report properly to your clients. Okay, so as per your communications, as per the visualizations, the companies is going to take up decisions. Now here I like to say about one more thing. Like 3 parts is there on the data analysis process. Okay, what kind of parts? Like one is a descriptive analytics, one is a predictive analytics, another one is a prescriptive analytics. So what is descriptive analytics? Descriptive analytics, like whenever we're going to analyze our past data, means the historical data, what already happened in our company. Now, as per that historical data, the analysis, we're going to go ahead and do the predictive model. Means the predictive analytics means we're going to see the particular trends and the future trends. Okay. After that, we're going to go for the prescriptive analytics. What is prescriptive analytics? Prescriptive analytics, like as per the particular predictions, whenever we go ahead and go for a recommendations. Okay, we're going to prescribe that what things we need to be done for this. Okay, so one is descriptive, predictive, and the prescriptive. Now this is the hierarchy of the particular data science needs. Okay, first of all, collect. Collect means collect the particular data. Okay, it can be different data source. Okay, it can be external data. It can be user generated content. Okay, it can be different kind of blogs, different kind of ratings, reviews, anything, any kind of things we can able to analyze and do the data analysis. So the collections of the data is there. Then as per the particular collections of data, you're going to move and store that particular data sets in the proper pipeline. You're going to store it. Okay. So that you can jot down your data so that you can start transforming your data through so that you can get the proper predictions. Okay, then we're going to go for a explore and the transformations, as I mentioned, that will go for a cleaning process, a deployment process, the detections process, the variable detections process, the things we're going to do that. Then we're going to go for the different analytical perspectives. Okay, the segmentations we're going to do, we can understand that what things I have to predict, and this is suppose I'm going to go for a house price predictions. Now, house prices depends on various kind of things: the locations, the city, the parking area, parking types, square foot, different types of categories is there, it depends on. So for, you have to understand that which sectors you have to choose it. You have to go for a different kind of labels and optimize it. And after that, we're going to implement certain algorithms, certain machine learning process, machine learning algorithm, where we're going to implement the statistical implementations, the statistical calculations, so that we can able to go ahead and find out the ultimate predictions. Okay. Now, this is the data science life cycles. The data science life cycles is how the data science people will be working in a business, in the corporate sectors. So, first of all, the business understanding. You have to understand the business. It's what kind of business is all about. Okay. If you do not have any kind of idea, obviously it's not possible to go ahead and do the proper predictions. Like suppose nowadays, for the pandemic situations, every day we are receiving lots of statistical representations from the different statisticians, correct? So if they don't understand the proper business strategies, they don't understand the healthcare properly, obviously it's not possible for them to predict the COVID-19 situations. So that's the first and foremost things you have to understand the business properly. And after that, when you understand the business properly, then you have to go for the different process, the data mining process, data cleaning process, data exploration process. Okay, all those process we have to go for it. Means how we're going to collect, accumulate the particular data, how we're going to transform the particular data, the cleaning process, the deployment process, all those things we're going to go ahead and explore it. Okay, and after that we'll be go with the features engineering. Okay, where we're going to understand the ultimate features of how we have to proceed and where we have to proceed. Then we have to go for the predictive modeling, which is the very important part, the predictive modeling, and that's why, as I mentioned, the data science because is very like people are very required in the particular market because they can able to predict it, that what might happen in my future. And as per that, you are going to go for the predictive analytics, means you're going to go for the recommendations, and after that you go for the reporting systems. Okay. Now let's go ahead. I'd like to give the example of different data science and machine learning process. Okay, means how these people will be working. First and foremost, from easy way I'm going to start. Like take it from the e-commerce online websites. Suppose you're going to take. So you know the different websites I'm going to have, like Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, different websites I'm going to have. Now suppose you like to go ahead and buy a product, any kind of products. Okay. So suppose I like to buy a shirt. So what I have to do, I have to go for a categories of fashion or clothes, and I have to go for a main sections and click on shirt. And I'm searching for the different shirts, but sometimes what happens, automatically you're going to getting a recommendations on your screen that you may be interested in on the different products. Okay, maybe you'll be interested on jeans, maybe you'll be interested on t-shirts. Okay, maybe interested on different accessories, main accessories. So it's going to show you how. This is the beauty of data science and the machine learning process. They collect the particular data, and so whenever you click on that particular website, that they're going to collect that particular data information. That okay, this people came in our website and he's searching for the charts, where it will show us the different products. Okay. Now suppose I like to go in a different website and book a flight ticket. Okay. After confirm the flight ticket, automatically machines is going to show you that particular website is going to show you a hotel on the same locations. So how they can understand that, okay, he booked out air tickets, now he or she is going to go for a hotel booking. Maybe he is looking for a hotel. Correct? So they're going to give you the recommendations. Okay. Now let's talk about like our public affairs and all. In statistics, in data science especially, it's very, maybe you have heard the terms of sample of the data. Means we have checked the things on the sample of the peoples. Okay, like suppose take it as an exit poll and the opinion poll after the elections. So how the survey peoples can able to predict that which members will be the winners and which party will be the winner. Okay, they go for exit poll and opinion poll. So in that particular exit poll and opinion poll, what do you think? They go for all the pupils and collect the data? No. They go for the sampling of the data. They collect the few people information, check the particular views, and as per the particular sampling, they will implement the statistical implementations so that they can able to predict for the entire populations. Okay, take care of the healthcare now also. Like people are talking about the vaccines and all, correct? So Oxford is doing, Russia is doing, India is doing. So how they can able to understand that the vaccines is will be working? So they're going to implement that particular vaccines in the few peoples, the sample peoples, and as per that particular response between that particular sample peoples, they can able to analyze and they can able to predict that what will happen for the entire populations. So this is the beauty of a data science. This is the beauty of the statistics and the machine learning process. So whenever we're going to implement all kind of things together, we can able to go ahead and understand what things is going to be happening in the future. Okay, like we can able to optimize it, we can able to go for the operational sectors. Okay, we can optimize it for operationalizations, we can go for the monetarizations, as well as main things we can able to go ahead and take the proper decisions. So whatever the hypothetically we're going to tell, we're going to see something, whenever we're going to represent that hypothetical things in a proper statistical way, proper logical way, that's the data science people's tools. And this way they're going to interact. Okay. Now, what about the data scientist? As I mentioned, that it's a part of uh, business administrations, and they're going to work on the high authority in the business. Because obviously now you can understand what's the important role the data scientist people are playing. For a certain mistake, the business can be in the wrong directions. Okay, so they need to be very much clear about their particular roles. They need to understand, they need to very much clear about their views that what need to be done, okay, and how they need to go forward. Okay, obviously, like think about the transport. Okay, let's go for the airline domain. So the in and out, the different airlines is coming in, coming out, and in airport you have seen that different runways there for the different traffic controls, correct? So how they're going to track it that this particular flight is going to go by this particular runway? If they are not going to track it properly, what happens? There will be a huge problem. There will be the very wrong directions. Also, like whenever they're going to tell us that my flight will be delayed, my flight will come early or it's on time, how they can able to track it? It's all about the data science methodologies, and they're able to implement such a machine learning process so they can able to predict that this flight may be delayed, this flight will come in advance. So according to that, they're going to take the decisions. So if they are not going to take a proper decisions, you can understand that entire things will be destroyed. Okay, so that's why the data science people are playing a very important roles in the business, in the companies. They go for the analytics, they go for the different predictive modeling, they go for the statistical analysis and sentiment analysis. The entire analysis, after the entire analysis, they ultimately take the decisions. Yes, in this way, if we go ahead, we can able to survive, and this is the correct predictions we have. Okay, so do all kind of a work. Obviously, we're going to implement statistics. We're going to implement certain programming technical tools. Okay, we're going to implement the visualizations tools also, so that we can do the proper data analysis and can able to take the decisions on it. Okay. Now, what kind of data science applications we're all about here? You can see different domains you can go for applications. Like in the marketing process, they go for the cross sellings as well as they can understand the value of a customer also. Okay, how? By the ratings and the reviews, we give ratings and the reviews, right? So in the ratings and reviews, what you can understand? Okay, this percentage of people are happy with my products, this percentage of people are not happy with my product. This product is good or this product is bad. After that, they are going to cross sell it and upsell it. What is the upselling means? Obviously, as I mentioned, that whenever you're going to go in the particular website, you're trying to buy one particular product, they're going to give you another particular product recommendations. So they're going to give you that particular recommendations and the lucrative offer as well, so they can upsell their product. That's a marketing strategy. So it also depends on the data science, statistics, and the machine learning process. Okay, they go for the sentiment analysis. They can understand whether the customer is happy or not. Okay, according to that, they can segregate the customer. That okay, this percentage of customer is happy. This percentage of customer is not happy with my services or my product. Okay, now social media. In social media, suppose Facebook. Previously, when Facebook launched, whenever we like to tag our friends and the relatives, that particular time I have to go ahead and click on that particular face and then have to write down the name and then it's going to be tagged, correct? But nowadays, if you check, you upload your pictures, automatically your friends and relatives automatically tagged. How? Is for the data science applications. Okay, they can able to predict, yes, as per the face recognitions, they can able to predict, okay, yes, this is your this friends, this is your this relatives. Okay, now in Gmail, whenever we are going to write down something, automatically the predictive words, the predictive sentence are coming up in front of you, right? So this is called the analytics, the predictive analytics in Google. So that's why they can able to predict that, okay, this person says want to write down the, it's automatically the what's coming. Okay. Now travel, as I told you already, that flight, predicting the flight delay, the pricing, the runway, all those things is depends on it. Now healthcare, right now everybody is most aware of it that every day we are receiving the COVID-19 data from all over the world, and the people are predicting, showing the lots of graphs. Correct? They are talking about flattening the curve, picking up the particular curves. So it's all about the statistics. How they're going to be able to say that okay, in this particular upcoming month, these people will be more affected. Okay, maybe after this particular month, the COVID-19 is be flattening the particular graphs. Okay, so this is the healthcare department system, you know, uh, depends on the data science applications. Okay, now sales, as about marketing, sales also depends on the data science, because if we do not have the proper data analysis on my sales strategies, we can go not take a proper decisions that how we're going to go ahead and increase my sales. Okay, whether I have to increase my price, whether I have to decrease my price, whether I have to increase my advertisement, whether I have to focus on my customers' behaviors. What suppose I have to give certain promotions on particular times or not. All those things you can go ahead and do that. And also you can apply on the risk and the fraudulent sectors in the banking sectors. Okay, how? Like suppose you have the credit card. Okay, and suppose you are doing a transactions, your transactions limit, the daily transactions you do near about 1,000 to 5,000. Suppose take examples. But one day what you have done, you make a transactions of 20,000. So That particular time, your bank or your critical department might call you and verify the transactions, that whether you're making the transactions. So they can able to track that fraudulent transactions as well. Also, what time they can able to go ahead and do their particular applications, they can go for it. Like whenever we are going to ask them for the loan in the banking sectors, how they can understand that for this person is a defaulter or this person cannot be a defaulter. Okay, so this kind of a way we're going to have it and we can go to implement this kind of data science and machine learning applications. Okay. Now, this kind of use cases being implemented as data science applications, Facebook, as I mentioned, social analytics, Amazon, they're going to improving their particular customer experience. Over there also, I can talk about different web platforms. Nowadays, everybody will watch web series with the different applications. How Netflix is going to track their customers, how Netflix is going to track their subscriptions, and what particular series is most viewed in among which kind of groups. They are also going to track it, and according to that, they're going to improve their web series platforms, and they're going to upload more web series on that particular device. Okay. Obeyed whenever we're going to track our rights, okay, that particular time, so we can able to implement the data science. Bank of America, the banking sector, financial sectors, we're going to implement it. Okay. In Google's also, whenever we're going to go for different searches, different predictive words and all, we can use the data science applications. Okay. Now that is music recommendations. As I mentioned, they're going to give you the recommendations. Okay. Suppose whenever we're going to listen in YouTube, suppose, okay, you have watched, suppose you have watched Arijit Singh songs, okay. So next time you log into the YouTube, you can get lots of suggestions about the Arijit songs or Arijit songs, the different themes where Arijit sings do the playback. Okay, so this kind of recommendations you can able to go ahead and find out, and you can able to get your ultimate results. Okay, now when you talk about the tools and all, this is kind of a tools we're going to implement on the data science platforms. We're going to implement R, we're going to have Python, we're going to have Matplotlib, TensorFlow for mixed learning applications. Pandas is a package of Python for data analysis is very much required. Now Tableau we are going to have for the visualizations part. Okay, and also all kind of the tools they're going to implement different kind of the statistical implementations. Okay, in the statistical implementations there is lots of techniques we have, like hypothesis testings, we do have confusions matrix, we do have predictive modeling, probabilities, odds ratios, all kind of statistical implementations is there. So all those things we can able to go ahead and do this particular tools and softwares. Okay. Now, if your companies, talk about the different companies, you can understand the different companies are hiring for the different data scientist people from the different verticals. So why I'm showing this particular company's names, they are from the different verticals. I like to say that the data scientists or data analytical people, machine learning engineer, they're not only depends on a particular one domain or one department. Okay, certainly we do have very wrong concept among us that we think the data science or data analytical people, so they are mainly working on the computer science. This is the IT domain. It's nothing like that. As I mentioned, the different companies, the different departments, they are hiring for the data science people because they want to know the predictive, the predictions. They want to know about their future. They want to take the decisions about it. So without the data scientists, it's not possible to go ahead and do the predictions and get the ultimate decisions. Correct? So it's not mandatory that data science people are working only with the IT people or IT domains or IT companies only hiring the data scientists. Each and every department is looking for a data science people. So if you know about the data scientists, different verticals will be open for you. and different domains you can apply and different domains companies you can go for it. Okay. Now, this kind of positions you'll be getting to null about data science and when you apply for the different profiles. You can be a data scientist, as I mentioned, so you'll be totally working with the upper management profiles. You can be a programmer, it can be a manager, consultant, okay. Also, senior engineers will be there, machine learning engineers will be there, data scientists is there, data analytical people is there. So different domains, different uh, profiles you can go for it, okay. And the salary also, the data science people's salary extremely high in the market, um, and also it's kind of very secure and very lucrative jobs, okay, because IBM only needs by 2021 millions of people in their company, okay. It's already declared, okay. And so you can understand, as I mentioned, so all kind of companies looking for a data science because all the companies, they need to know about their future, okay. So if you're really passionate about your about data science job, if you're really passionate about data, if you really work on the insight on the data, you will really be a very good scientist. Okay, so if you have the proper knowledge on that particular, like the hard skills as well as the soft skills, hard skills, like when you talk about statistics, when you talk about the different programming language, you talk about the visualizations tools, as well as if you have the proper understanding of the business, the communicative knowledge to the clients, you'll become a very good data scientist. So this is all about today's sessions. I believe you will be getting some insight about data science. So when we in the more on the training sessions, we get to learn more about it. Thank you so much.